Okay, I have decided to do a read today to do with a strange interplay without much thought, but yet it's got some interaction of the kind which is connected with the whole Shraddh moving into Navratri. And some incidences that happened. This is also me, looks this way. This is why I say I just don't know what I look like. I mean, does this make sense? This make sense? So anyway, this okay, anyway, and then finally this. And this. So what I've decided to do is, the interplay of things of Shraddh was pretty strange. What happened is, actually this whole 1 year has been pretty strange. This whole 1 year has been quite strange, to tell you very frankly. Okay? I would say, has it been strange this 1 year, or is it strange from the time the temple outside has been created? Okay? The whole setup has been weird. If we have to think about what are the things that have transpired from the time I was told to create my temple outside to today, to now, there are plenty of things that have happened from the time I've created this temple. Okay? So what are all the instances that have happened since I have created this temple? A lot of people have been sent back to their home. This time Shraddh was not a good one. None of my ancestors visited. Okay? None of my ancestors visited. Instead, what happened is, I had nobody visiting actually. But when it came to doing the tarpan, or doing the offerings to the ancestors, what was given to the temple outside and some non-veg to people, not to the gods, was not allowed to be consumed by me. It had to be thrown. That box only wouldn't open. What was offered to the gods, I could consume, which I did. Yesterday, the whole temple was outside, was not reset. It was kind of, it was like nicely put together, but not with a thought that it should be put together for any reason. Nothing in the mind that it should be put together for a particular reason, but okay, it was set nicely in a much better way than what it was in the last so many days. And it actually is fresh, good energy. For the first time last night, what I did was, I put on like the dancing lights which I had over there. It was set up about, I think, 10 days ago. If you notice, there's like, I don't know if this camera has picked it up. You see the blue and the white down? So I actually put those lights on last evening. I didn't do it with a viewpoint of celebrating anything. I did this with the viewpoint of checking the lights, and then okay, I wanted to see through the night how it works, so I left it on. Late in the night, when I was just going to sleep around 12:30 in the night or something of that sort, I saw a big personality in India has passed away. So I just felt, I don't know. And you know, the other thing about this place, this pillow for most part of it in the last, throughout Shraddh, was not allowed to be kept in front. It was moved to the back. So if I just showed to you in a playback, let's say if I showed to you in a playback of the energy, this is last night. Okay, this is last night. This is last night's energy after everything had been said. But the idea of doing this was not with the idea of actually for anything or anybody. It wasn't for any of that. It was just, I don't know, it was just my own thing. If I show you the energy of this place, just one night earlier, if not one night, let's just show you the energy in the night time before the resetting had happened. Okay, it was filled with cobwebs, and I don't know, it wasn't a good energy, to tell you quite frankly. It was, I'm trying to take it back, if I can, a daytime energy, if I can show it to you. Okay, this is the daytime energy of this place before it was reworked. As you can see, it looks pretty messy. At least I got the sense that it is really messy stuff. And in fact, looking at it, I was getting irritated. You can see the name is changed because I changed the name afterwards. So you can see even the date is different. Today we're on the 9th. So this is like earlier. And this is not as bad as it got. The night time you saw those cobwebs and all, it was pretty disgusting. If we go to, what is the point of telling you this? You know, in my case, it is Hanumanji who told me I cannot eat. He actually asked me to remove it, and I had to, and I thought it was my imagination from this temple. You see this Hanumanji? I thought it's my imagination, but then, you know, I realized over the years not to argue anything. Even if it is my imagination, at worst what will happen? Taking that whatever I had offered, taking it away because I saw that I was told to take it away, what worst would happen? Better to remove it and put it away. I put it into the fridge. So what worst could happen, right? So I did what I did. This is now the latest. You can see it is, what's the date in there? I think it's the 10/10. No, can't be 10/10. It should be 9. Today is 10/10. No, last night? This is late night. Okay, this was, okay. So this was midnight yesterday. Right, because it is 12 in the night. I was wondering how, because this recreation was done on the 9th, not on the, it was done on the 9th. It was not done on, it was done on the 9th. So if you look at it, you will see it is okay on the 9th. This was done on the 9th, not on the 10th. Okay, this was done on the 9th, so it's not. You can see the energy is completely cleared out. Now, what has happened is VIPs have. I think the VIP crowd has started moving out after the eclipse on the Shrad. According to my understanding, I could be wrong, I don't want to be wrong, but when there is something that I get, then I think it is important to share it with the general public who haven't done the wrong, because it is good for them also to have some kind of understanding about things, so that they don't, if times get little tough, they don't like lose hope. And I'm not making stories up, I'm telling you things for what they are, with the rider that I could be a little wrong in understanding interpretation, but things have worked out on its own, so I'm sharing it with you. The crowd in this Shraddh that has got away, which was eclipsed, is primarily a large amount of crowd, I have a feeling, that were involved with darker energies, and they were dealt with for the future journey, without saying anything bad about anybody, because it's not good. But what is it? How do I know? I know because this place is kind of, I think it is worked on every little while. This time what happened was, I was kind of cribbing about how all my plants around this house had kind of become, they were dying. Lots of leaves were dying. If I can give you an example, because there's one in my bedroom, I haven't taken it out as yet, just to give you an idea. What I can do is show it to you this way. You realize this plant, it's yet to be cleared out. You realize this plant, you realize this plant. So like this, there were many. Okay, from my living room, from the plant in my living room to what was out in the balcony. And that was the biggest hint. I believe this was there even when I was a child. Cut on this side. And round on this side. I'll show you the hands. Why do we show this to you? So that we can establish what is what. This should be hopefully a full representation. With the cut on my back, on the back of my hand. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to ask Shirdi Sai Baba I hope you can see what is a yes and a no. The circle is a yes. Dearest Shirdi Sai Baba, thank you for everything. I want to ask you, are you with me as of now? Are we at postcode 560077? Is it 12:20? Is it 15:22 in my thing IST time on the 10th of October? Is this IST time? Shirdi Sai Baba, I've had some very strange experiences ever since you've told me to, put one more temple out in the balcony. Actually, I don't know if you, or just to rearrange my temples. I think a temple in my bedroom has always been there, but the balcony temple, I think you were telling me to set it up one way or the other. So that I had done. So what I want to understand from you, Shirdi Sai Baba, is there a specific reason for having that temple over there? Because what I find strange is I didn't know that this time Shraddh is going to, it doesn't happen every year, or this time Shraddh, this year Shraddh is supported by eclipse. Hanumanji didn't let me eat the stuff offered actually on one day before the Sarvapitri, and on the Sarvapitri day he didn't allow me to eat anything that was offered to mortals. He allowed me only to eat from the same restaurant the veg component, and half the veg component offered only to the gods, and the rest had to be thrown away. Now that was the Shraddh, but what I realized is yesterday I did something very weird. I rearranged things outside and lots of dead stuff had to be thrown out. Okay, so that got done. And the energy was really good last night of the temple. That's what I felt. Then today I came to know, okay, there is an eminent personality that has passed away. So I just felt that, okay, the way things happen without me even realizing it, the way I explained it earlier, that this was meant to happen. So I just want to know regarding this entire situation, if there is something you wish to say. Do you wish to say something? Okay, Shirdi Sai Baba, if I can ask you, can you show me what he says? Yes, he's going to say something, but if I can ask you, can you show me a no on this board just so that we know you are with me? Can you show a no with this board? On this board, how does the pendulum go for a no? Were you celebrating something yesterday without anyone really knowing it? I most certainly didn't know that, whatever I did was celebratory in some way. Were you celebrating something yesterday? The soul that has passed on is a good soul or a very good soul? Okay, so you were celebrating his freedom in a way, or then let's just say from a limited body space going to a magnified, expanded form, but for the good? Is that is what you were kind of celebrating? Are there many people like that who are going to be journeying on in the next 6 months? You're seeing many good souls who are primarily both endowed in the body, this one birth, as well as accomplished spirit wise too for the upper spirit realms. So, good souls, so with great standing when they were in the body and when they go back to spirit. That's what you were celebrating, having them back in the higher realms for their expanded form. Okay, so I thought as much. So do I have your do I have your permission to actually just do a little Scrabble throw to complete what I was doing today in the morning?